The meeting brought together delegates and youth representatives from the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory to deliberate on issues affecting the region and the nation. In a communique signed by the forum's chairman, Bagudu Joseph, and Secretary Al-Mustafa Asuku, the stakeholders urged the federal government to sustain ongoing military operations and other security interventions aimed at tackling insurgency, banditry, and kidnapping across the country.
If I'm right, where the Northern Governors Forum met and came up with a security intervention. That's the committee set up to be headed by former SGF Yayale Ahmed and retired General Martin Luther Agway. It's a very bold step in not just the right direction, but the proper direction. And in terms of funding, for me as a person, I feel that $1 billion is just a drop in an ocean as far as security is concerned in the North. We believe they can do more, but they should invest more in that committee, because that committee is made up of eminent Northerners, who, if supported sincerely, will go a long way in reducing or providing solutions to the problem of insecurity in the North. Members were informed of the recent judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja, delivered by Justice Binta Inyako, which affirms the leadership of Ambassador Sokubo Saraibe Sokubo as the duly recognized national president of the NYCN, National Youth Council of Nigeria. The court further directed the Corporate Affairs Commission, that's the CAC, to recognize the Ambassador Sokubo-led leadership, and held that the commission has no legal authority to deregister the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN. Accordingly, the forum calls on the Honorable Minister of Youth Development and all the relevant government agencies and institutions to respect and comply with subsisting judgment pending determination of the matter by the Supreme Court or any court of higher jurisdiction.
The forum also commended security agencies for the successful rescue of adopted pupils and teachers in Oyo State, describing the operation as a demonstration of the growing capacity of security agencies to respond to security threats.
The agitation for state policing has been there for over 3 decades. And I salute President Tinubu for summoning the courage to, at this point in time, take the bold step of making sure that state policing comes into fruition full time. Our advice will not be more than the advice I overheard the Minister of Defense say, speaking on, I think, one of the media organizations, where he said, state policing, as good as it may be, the implementation must be very, they must be very careful, the state governors. Nothing like ethnicity should be used in recruiting the state police or religion, because the state governors must go back and find out where the federal police has failed, why they failed, so that to help them when constituting the state police. But it's a wonderful development, because Nigeria has a paltry number of policemen when compared to other countries. So state police is going to augment, I believe, but the implementation must be well thought out, so that they learn from what happened to the federal police and avoid those loopholes when going. It's a laudable development, and we applaud it.
We request that the federal government invite the leadership of the National Youth Council of Nigeria to be part of the committee in bringing the blueprint for the state policing, because in National Youth Council of Nigeria, we have our state structures, we have our local government structures, and the young people are those that knows the environment even better than anybody, and these are the young people are the ones that constitute the National Youth Council of Nigeria.
The stakeholders further appealed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure greater inclusion of qualified northern youth in political appointments, policy formulation, and nation decision-making processes. They said increased youth participation in governance will promote equity, strengthen national unity, and encourage young Nigerians to contribute meaningfully to nation building. Frontline News, Kaduna.